Why do we gather your information when we run a competition of any kind? I'm going to explain it to you in this video. You may find parts of this quite humorous because if you've never looked at our terms and conditions on a competition, I kind of have a bit of a laugh with it, as I like to on most things. So the reason I'm doing this now is I suddenly thought we're about to run a competition. It's not for a free break, although we've given away tons and tons of free breaks. It is for a 2-night weekend break in one of our hot tub barns, and it's going to cost somebody £200, but all of that money goes to a charity. So we've done that before. So I don't get anything at all. It costs us money to do it, and we've given away £200 to Battersea, the cat and dogs home. We've given £200 to Alzheimer's, which is a cause very close to my heart, and we've also given away £200 to a tiny little animal sanctuary in Norfolk called Brambles, and we're going to give another £200 away very, very shortly to a charity I do not know who it is, because the thing is, whoever gets pulled out of the hat basically gets to choose the charity. So they pay £200, they come and stay, have a lovely time, and we give all of that £200 to a charity of their choice. However, this video, it just prompted me to try and explain why we gather information when we do a competition. So I'm going to explain it to you now. Okay, so what we do when we do a competition, we usually gather people's names and email addresses. That's the thing that we want. It's called marketing, and I'll explain that in just a second. It's very, very nice. It feels lovely to be able to be in a position, and I'm very fortunate to be able to give somebody a free holiday or a free prize of any sort. And I love that feeling. It's nice that people are appreciative and what have you. But at the end of the day, the reason I started the whole thing is that it's called marketing, and I'm going to explain that to you. So when somebody wins, we pick the name with a Google's random number generator, and then we get in touch with the lucky person, and then we have a number of little clauses that basically say if we don't hear back from you, then we'll have to give it to somebody else, etc., etc. It's all on the competitions. But one of the things that we say every single time is that we ask the question, do you consent to us contacting you? You have to consent for you to be in with a chance of winning. Let me explain. Now, we make it really, really clear on there. We say, do you consent to us getting in touch with you? And we say why we're doing it, which is essentially what I've just told you. The amount of people that say no, don't contact me. Like, but you've just entered a competition, and if you win, we pick you out of the random number generator, or Google picks you out of the random number generator. We can't get in touch with you if you didn't give us permission to get in touch with you. One of the other things is that we can't, if we run these on social media, which we often do, and we ask you to share them and what have you, which is great because then more people get to hear about it and more people get to hear about us. But what we can't do, we're not allowed by social media rules to announce it on social media first of all. So we have to notify you by email. So we need your email address. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret, and it's not a secret because we blatantly say this. We use those email addresses afterwards to say, hi, Jenny, would you like to hear about something going on in Suffolk? That's what we do with our newsletters and stuff like that, and letting you know about other competitions. Many people enter our competitions every year, have never spent a penny with us. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Really, I am. However, we have a clause called the Victor Meldrew clause. Now, that might as well just be called the Carl Scott clause because I'm just as grumpy over this. What we say in that clause is if that does not suit you, or you are of the opinion that nobody ever wins these things, then feel free to not enter and gaze at your navel instead. What we've actually said is we've given away many, many prizes over the years, which we have, and people are happy by doing that. But if you're not one of those and you're not wanting us to get in touch with you, then don't enter. But what I've said on the Victor Meldrew clause is that you are quite welcome to bumble on through your life with those big Victor-shaped chips on your shoulders, but if you gaze at your navel fluff, then at least you've got some fluff. And I've suggested you could open a fluff museum, you could open a fairground if you wanted, and build a fluffer coaster. It's entirely up to you. But we go on to say and make it very clear in a section we call GDPR gubbins, because that's all it is. GDPR did not stop any nefarious actors acting nefariously. We've never done that. We build our database in a very ethical way. We don't share it with anybody, and we tell you that. And we then let people know about things going on in Suffolk and Tuscany. We also let you know about last minute availability. We let you know about competitions where you can win things. There are other exclusives as well. But the point is, if you're not on that list, then you won't get that information. You can unsubscribe anytime you want, or you can send me a shirty email and say unsubscribe me, because I've had those as well. One woman on the last competition we did for a free break, and one woman got really shirty with me that she hadn't won, that I had the audacity to email her to tell her she hadn't won. Well, I didn't tell her she hadn't won, I just told her the name of the winner, and she didn't like it. She was a human, you see, and humans don't like that sort of thing sometimes. Anyway, the whole point of why we do these things is that when you're thinking, where shall I go on holiday next time? You might think, oh, what about that wood farm place? I get the emails, the guy has a laugh, he shares the social media stuff with us, and maybe that's quite a nice place. They've got loads of reviews and they care about their customers and all that kind of stuff. That's why we do it. So you might go, let's book a break at Wood Farm. And do you know what? Don't tell anyone this. It works. People come and stay because they've seen us on Facebook, or they have our newsletters, or they've entered 5 competitions in a row and not won anything, and suddenly thought, sod it, I'll just book. I'll go and stay there. Okay? So that's what happens. It's called marketing. It ain't rocket science. Trust me. Now, the bottom line is, I say on all of these things, this is just a small independent business. It's owned by me. It's run by me. I have an amazing team, but it's a tiny little business in the grand scheme of things. And we're just trying to have fun and let people know what's going on. That's all. So lastly, all we say on our GDPR stuff is that we are just trying to do what we do, and we'd love to stay in touch with you. But if you don't want us to stay in touch, you can enter every competition if you like, and if you don't win, you can immediately unsubscribe. I don't mind, because we have a massive database of people that hear from us, like to hear from us, interact with us, and then every now and then they book with us, which is fantastic. That's the whole point. Anyway, I think I might have got a bit more ranty than I'd anticipated at the start, but you would be amazed at the amount of people that take the time and trouble to read about a competition, enter the competition, and they say, no, don't ever contact me. It's a waste of your time. It doesn't waste my time, because I don't ever do anything with your details. I don't sell them to anyone, nothing like that. Anyway, so that's the victim Meldrew clause. You see why? Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's the victim Meldrew clause. That's our GDPR gubbins. That's our terms and conditions when we run a competition. You can enter or not. I don't mind. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.